Well, good afternoon, guys, or it's good afternoon for me. It's probably later for you if you're back east. I'm on the Pacific coast. Well, not on the coast, but I am in the Pacific, California time. But it's late afternoon, like 6 o'clock ish. I call that late afternoon. I wanted to go over some very uh, very low budget films with you. Also known as shot on video. These are like shoestring. Well, actually, I wouldn't really call these shot on video. I'm not gonna call it. I'm not gonna go that low with these because they did have a production and they did use blood and they had a lot of. It's just I mean, with these films, they just gather a bunch of people together and say, "Hey, you want to act in a movie?" So there it is. So they're not, the acting's can be questionable, but I love these type of movies, and some of them are better than others. Some are just so bad that they're just fun anyway. And you can always find some enjoyment. I found out about this particular series of films purely by accident, which I think many did, or at least people that were into low budget horror films, especially like slashers and that kind of thing. There was an old video store that used to be here. It was a more of a kind of a mom and pa type operation, but they had two locations. They had one in a town on the coast somewhere, and then they had the one here. They had the red doors where they had all their porn in the 21 plus area, and they sold only used. They did have one section that had new releases that were unopened, but other than that, everything was pretty much used. Well, they closed, and right before they closed, I had asked the lady, who I got to know pretty well because I did a lot of shopping there, and I asked her, I said, well, before you guys close up completely and you have a bunch of leftover horror or whatever, just box it up for me and I'll get it off your hands. And I gave her my phone number, and sure enough, she calls and says, we're closing up today. She goes, I got 5 boxes of movies here for you. Come pick them up. So I went down and picked them up, and among this particular series that I'm about to show you, plus a bunch of other things, including, you guessed it, there was a few snuffs in there. I don't know how they came across them. And some horror porn, which it's basically porn with a story, usually slasher type, but they did have some possession, demonic, satanic stuff, some real raunchy movies. But anyway, it was fun going through all of that. The series I want to go through is none other than Camp Blood. Sterling Entertainment put these out. David Sterling, if you're familiar with his work, he's the producer of these films. They were directed by different people, but he produced everything. They all came from his studio. This is the trilogy: Camp Blood, the original, Camp Blood 2, and Within the Woods. All three were fun. Now, Within the Woods, just so you know, also goes on Blu-ray. It goes by Camp Blood 3, so don't let that throw you. It does have two different names. On DVD, it's known as Within the Woods. On Blu-ray, it's Camp Blood 3. So this is the trilogy, and they all come on one disc. And I don't remember what the quality was like. Sometimes when you compact stuff, I don't think they're too bad. It's only 3 films, so. Alright. Here's the original Camp Blood by itself. It also came in 3D. And I don't remember if this was with the blue and red glasses or if you had to have the specialized glasses. If I remember correctly, it's the blue and red glasses. And I always use my Friday the 13th Part 3 glasses because they work really well. They were, for some reason, all the other glasses that I got, including, you know, like Final Destination 3, I think, was in 3D. There's glasses that came with that. Glasses that came with just about, you know, there's tons of 3D movies that I have that they all came with glasses. Friday the 13th Part 3, I use those glasses because for some reason they really work really well. However, you have to, about every 10 minutes you got to take a little break because those glasses do give you a headache. But anyway, this was in, I'm not sure if there's any, no. One of these has some nudity on the back, so I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to get a flag so early in my career here. So the 2D version is on this also. It comes on a it still has the card in there with the scene stops, and then it comes with a two-sided disc. So you have 2D and the 3D on there. So if you can't watch 3D, you can watch it in 2D too. Alright, this next one, Camp Blood 2 on DVD by itself. So this one was also on, obviously on the trilogy disc. I don't see any nudity, but anyway. Camp Blood 2. Pretty fun. But mind you, if you don't like shot on video, well, again, I'm not really going to give these guys a shot on video score. I'm going to say just low shoestring budget. Because they did have a lot of gore and stuff, and so they, in order to do all of that, they have to have some money, you know. Shot on video is just like show up with a shirt on your back and that's the end of it, in your cell phone. If that. Alright, we do a skip because Part 3, also known as Within the Woods, I didn't get those by themselves. So we skip over to Part 5. And this is the one that has some nudity on it, so I will block that off. Camp Blood 5. Again, if you don't like this shoestring budget stuff, then you're not going to like these. I mean, we're talking about some campy, low budget stuff, but they're a lot of fun. Alright, Part 6, also known as Camp Blood 666. And now we're getting into the part where I think he's becoming more supernatural. If I remember correctly. And there's a little gore on here. But again, you can see the gore, you know, like the foot coming off and the stabbing and all that. So they sunk some money into these. I mean, it's not like that, you know, it wasn't like they just went out there and there was no gore. They did put gore in this. I actually own this mask too. The original, the one used in the movie. They used it in this one, and they used it, if I remember correctly, they used it in 8. In fact, the mask I have is actually from Part 8. And it was the actual mask. And it's a mess because it was used in the production, in the movie. So, and they only had one mask, from what I understand. Alright guys, that's 6. And then for some reason I got 6 twice. And I don't know how that happened. Oh, because I got these at the store, that's right. And it was boxed up. Oh, here's 4. What am I saying? So when I got these, you know, it was obvious that at that point, because I didn't have any other, you know, like franchise type stuff in the boxes except for this. And so again, I'm a completist, so when you're missing a bunch of them, you're like, well, hell, now I gotta have all of them. So I went on a hunt, and actually, yeah, there's some little bit of some nudity there, but I'm gonna be careful with that. I don't think it's anything that they can really see. I ended up going to eBay, and I found David Sterling there selling off a bunch of stuff, and he had one of these left, and he was also letting the mask go. And that is the Camp Blood Collection box set in Blu-ray. So this is all of them together in Blu-ray. Sterling Entertainment. Some cleavage, so what? There's the mask that I got with it. That's actually from the movie. I'll show that to you in a bit. It's not very pretty. It needs to be restored. It's just the material that it's made out of isn't really meant to be exposed to air and so on, the oxygen. It deteriorates. So it was good for one production, and then it came to me, you know, pretty banged up, but it's all right. At least I can say I have this mask with the tongue and all that. All right, so, and he even wrote in here, and I think he signed the mask too. All right, the first one is the original, the first one, 3D, but I think this is, you have to have the, what do they call those, composite 3D glasses, the ones they use in the theaters. They look like you're wearing a pair of sunglasses, kind of. And this also comes with 2. It's a double feature, so 1 and 2 are on here. Okay, so this is, both features are on here, and they are in Blu-ray. So if you don't have composite glasses, you won't be able to watch this. Pretty cool. He added some new artwork and, you know, made some changes to the set. Obviously, David Sterling is very fan friendly, and he loves doing things for the fans, and people had been screaming and screaming for this, to get us a box set of all of the movies together, and he finally made it happen. All right, the next one is part 3. Now 3, like I said, is also known as Within the Woods. So this is where you're going to see Camp Blood 3 on here, and it was called First Slaughter. Why do they call it that? I don't have any idea. Now that's part of the disc, actually. It's not because it was actually in a VHS, or I mean in a video store. It's actually part of the cover. You know, that horror sticker. I used to hate that because I bought a lot of used stuff. You know, it's a quick way to get things, and sometimes you bring them home and they'd be full of these stickers, and you know, and then some stores would slap stickers all over, like Walmart would do that, you know, and you'd be in here picking these price tags. And, oh. Let's make sure I don't have anything too bad on here. The Camp Blood Collection. And this one's got the card in it. And as you can see, the card even has that horror sticker on it, which is funny. With new artwork for Within the Woods or Camp Blood Part 3. Next one, Camp Blood Part 4. Again, with the horror sticker on there. Pretty nice artwork. I don't know if you can see that. Let's make sure we don't have any nudity on there, which we don't. The King Clown of Death is back. And it has the card in there and the disc. Camp Blood 5. Clowns Never Die. So now we're kind of dealing with a supernatural clown that keeps coming back even though he supposedly gets killed. I haven't seen any of these in so long that, in fact, I'm not even sure I've watched some of these on Blu-ray yet. There's the back. Camp Blood 5. A lot of people had no idea these went so far. These went on and on and on and on. New artwork. Camp Blood 666, which is part 6. The King of the Clowns. Pretty nice. Some good kills on this one. And you got the art in there. Now, if somebody wanted to, I guess they could take this out. There's nothing on the reverse, so they could take this out and hang it up or something, or, you know, use it as like a little mini poster or something. But most people, collectors wouldn't do that. But all right, here's part 7. And I am mistaken. The mask was used, I think it was used in 3 movies. 666, part 7, and part 8. It's just that they altered it. In part 8, they added the tongue and all of that, you know, the snake tongue or whatever, the forked tongue. Hot girls camping, watch out. Again, these are full of blood and full of fun. So if you like low budget movies, you'll love these. There's the Blu-ray. Damn it, I can't get that glare out of there. And the card. Alright, and here's part 8, known as Revelations. Now this is the mask I have, where they put the little hair on top. I mean, that might have been in the last one, I'm not sure. The tongue was added. Just making sure. So reverse. Huh. Now this one's got a little advertisement from Sterling Entertainment. Other films in his line of films, including some Camp Blood is on here as well. He's got Camp Blood 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then Things 5, La Llorona, Salvaging Outer Space, Halloween Horror Tales, and Blood Donors. I've never heard of any of those, but and then the Camp Blood stuff at the top. So if somebody buys this by itself, then I guess they realize, oh, well, there's others out there. Okay, that was part 8. Part 9. I love the cover of this one. It's called Ghost of Camp Blood. So now he's a ghost, so evil clowns never die. Alyssa Dowling is in this one. So if you like killer clown movies, and you like low budget, honestly, I think these are better than, Bo Jingles or whatever that was. Mr. Jingles. But I love this cover. That's badass. I'd love to have that as a poster, even a shirt. That would get some looks, wouldn't it? Anyway, Ghost of Camp Blood on Blu-ray. And that was the part 9. Okay, this is 10, Camp Blood Kills. Now this is a compilation of all the kills from every movie. So this isn't really a movie in itself, but it shows all the kills from every movie. I haven't watched this, so I'm not really sure what we've got here, but it contains everything. Oh, he actually covered up the boobs for me. All the kills, all the clowns, all the blood. It's all right there, just for you to sit back with some popcorn and a beer or whatever, and a soda or whatever, and watch some gore without the movies. I mean, without the stories. Count Blood Kills. So yeah, it's just David Sterling taking care of the fans, you know. And that concludes Camp Blood. The original DVDs that I got for free from a video store that closed down locally. And then, of course, the Camp Blood box set from David Sterling, who put these together. Oh, also there's a Camp Blood boobies on the front, but they are covered, so at least I hope that is sufficient. The next series I wanted to do, and it was actually a friend of mine wanted me to cover this series because he was curious as to which movies he was missing. And I said, well, you can look them up on the internet, but they don't, for some reason it's all mixy and I wasn't really sure exactly. And that was the Maneater series. Now this is dealing with animals, monsters, whatever. Some of these were Sci-Fi Channel type quality and some were excellent. And I'll start off real quick. Some of these have got a little bit of shelf wear. I've had these for several years. These are on DVD, by the way. This one comes with the slipcover. The first one was called Black Swarm. The Ultimate Buzzkill. This one actually has Robert Englund in it. You can see him right here. It's funny how he pops up in crap you've never even, you know, it's like, what the hell is he doing in this? Anyway, so this is like a wasp swarm type movie, which I've got probably a half a dozen similar to it. Black Swarm. And this has those. I know a lot of people complain about these, but this was old school. Black Swarm, the disc. Doesn't come with anything inside, unfortunately. I think it's just missing. Alright, the next one that came with a slipcover was Eye of the Beast. This is kind of a sea monster, octopus type creature. Good and gory. All of these films had its gore elements, but a lot of it, believe it or not, was CGI gore, which a lot of people hate, but you know who loved CGI gore was George Romero. Surprisingly. I think it was just because you could get in, you know, do the shot. You know, if it was a gunshot or a head coming off or something like that, you know, you wouldn't even have to do that on the set. You know, you just do the acting and you're out of there and you move on to the next thing. And then somebody behind a computer does all the CGI. Saves on cleanup, blood cleanup and all that. Anyway, this is called Eye of the Beast. I haven't had these out in so long. Again, these come with these damn little side snaps. The artwork on the disc. These are fun movies to just pass the time. Okay, from what I understand, this is a Maneater series entry, but they didn't put that on this. and that was Attack of the Saber-Tooth. This was actually a pretty well done movie. The Saber-Tooth was, of course, CGI, but it looked good and there was lots of great gore in it. I think they used a little bit of like a puppet or something for some of the close-up stuff, but for the full animal action they used CGI in it. And it says off here to the side, "Extinct no more." I think it was a guy that was trying to It can smell your fear. This is backwards to me. You know, until I upload it, this is all backwards. I think it was a guy that was like trying to make a, you know, like a prehistoric animal zoo or something like that, a park or something, kind of like Jurassic Park, except the only animal he had, I think, was this saber-toothed tiger. Good movie, actually. All right, the next one. Gotta have a bear. Can't do a Maneater series without a bear movie. I haven't seen this one in so long, I can't even begin to tell you about it. Ripped apart at the screams. Pretty cool artwork with that bear with the blood on his face, on his mouth. That's pretty neat. Let's see if this one has anything inside of it. I doubt it. I don't think any of these had anything. Nope. Just the artwork on the disc. You know, I'm sure they did come with a leaflet or something in there that probably had the other films on it. Alright, this next one did not come with a slipcover, and that was Ferocious Planet. They're not on Earth anymore. Dealing with some dinosaurs. The Next Dimension of Terror. This is another one I haven't seen in so long I couldn't begin to tell you anything about it. Aha! This one did come with a leaflet. And all the films that are in the series. I'm just looking right now to see if I'm missing any now. I'm not missing them, they're just in a different location. What's High Plains Invaders? Hi, Mama. Are you coming up to get some sleepies? Is it time for sleepy after playing for hours and hours and hours? On the other side of this thing is Welcome to Maneater Island. It has all the different creatures on it. Now, I do have, there's some movies missing from what I have in the stack, but I have them in a different location. Hellhounds is in a different location. That's a good movie, by the way. I recommend that. Sand Serpents, which I think was also called the Mongolian Killer Worm or something. I'm going to have to get that out. In fact, I think I am missing one. Or maybe not. Sea Beast, also I have in a different location. Let me go through these and then I'll pause and get the other ones and show you. Oh, there they are, right there. Never mind. Well, at least there's one of them. When you haven't had these out in a while, it's just like, what the fuck, you know? Stuff just pops up. This next one is called Vipers, and of course you gotta have a snake movie. Can't go without snakes. After the slither comes the slaughter. The hiss of death. Let's see what's on this one. In this one. Good Lord, really? Nothing, just the disc. Vipers. Alright, you have a triple feature on this one, and this is how I think this was probably the very first one I bought, and you can see it's got some shelf wear there. You have the movie Wyvern, which was very fun. It's these dragon type creatures. Sand serpents, which is not the Mongolian death worm, which I do have, by the way. And Carney, which was dealing with another dragon gargoyle type creature. All three films are in this. It's a slipcover. All three films are on their own discs. So you don't have to worry about too much compression. And what I call bad quality, because the quality can go down. Another triple feature, which, believe it or not, I don't even think was on that list. I mean, on that leaflet. Some of these weren't even on there. I think I bought the one I just showed you with Wyvern, Sand Serpents, and Carney with this one too, because this is also a triple feature. You have Blood Monkey, Maneater. This one had Gary Busey in it, and In the Spider's Web. So you had a spider movie, a tiger movie, and apes or monkeys. All three movies. And again, they're all on their separate discs. Don't ask. I don't remember these movies. It's been so long. I've probably only watched them once since I brought this home. So here's another one that I'm not sure was even on that list. By the way, Hybrid is part of the Maneater series. Now this is dealing with a type of werewolf type creature. Don't remember much about it. And again, it just has the artwork on the disc. Hybrid. Something Beneath also was not categorized with the Maneater series, but it is part of the Maneater series. I don't remember what this was about. Terror waits just below the surface. Some kind of creature that lives underneath the water or something. Anyway. And then finally, another triple feature. We have Croc. Gotta have a crocodile or alligator film. Sea Beast. There's Sea Beast. Very fun. And Shark Swarm. Gotta have a shark movie in there. I don't remember how. I remember how Sea Beast was. That was a lot of fun. Shark Swarm, I don't remember. And again, I think I got these along. They were all together when I bought them. I mean, the three, all the ones that are the the threesomes. And again, these are all on separate discs, so. Pretty fun. Alright, now I'm going to pause this for a minute. I shall return. Okay, I'm back. It's going to take me a long time to find these. But one of them was like Rise of the Gargoyles, I think. Something along those lines, so it was a gargoyle movie. And then you had Hellhounds, which was kind of a Middle Ages type mythology film that dealt with, witches and sorcery and that kind of thing. And then there was this two-headed dogs. I think they were two-headed dogs, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, that'll conclude the Camp Blood collection and the Maneater series. And if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. I'm not sure how available the Camp Blood is in the box set anymore. You might still be able to get it used, I'm sure. I'm not even sure how many of these were made, but I know he was down to his last, I think. Oh, I was going to show you that mask really quick, which means I have to pick you up. And there's the mask. As you can see, it's seen better days. But that is the mask from Camp Blood 8. With the big tongue hanging out. Alright, guys. That's all I had for today. And we shall talk to you soon. I might do another one tonight. I may not. In the meantime, enjoy. See ya.